Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create super quick and simple number-shaped cards. If you've never ever created those ones, I really hope you'll give them a go. And if you don't have your ScanNCut or Cricut machines, you can use some cutting dice, but also you can create your own templates. For my projects, I'm going to use country line design paper from Crafters Companion. If you're interested in any of the products I use in today's video, you can check the description down below. It's always the trickiest part to choose the color palette for your projects. However, the weather is pretty good at the moment. It really makes me think about spring and summer. That's why I decided to use that country lane design paper. So here I've got my 3 and 0, and I use SVG file from Creative Fabrica from Gentleman Crafter. And I use my ScanNCut machine to cut all those elements. I'm going to use Illustrator markers from Spectrum Noir, tones, and I'm going to apply that color only on the edge here. So I'm going to have a little bit of contrast on my card, and that's what I really like in my card making. However, you can also use colored card, and that will be perfectly fine. However, I don't always have the colored card I need for my projects, so usually that way with alcohol markers or any other colored medium is the way to go for me. Have you ever created number-shaped cards? If you haven't, I really hope you will give it a go. If you don't have your ScanNCut machine or Cricut, you can also use some cutting dice. And I know that at the moment CRAFTSTASH has amazing bundle of number-shaped cutting dice, and they are pretty decent size, so you can check them out because in the description down below I left a link as well. And not only they are pretty big, but they also have matching stamp sets for all different numbers, so yes, you can check them out. But these cards will go in 5 by 7 inches envelopes. Now it is time to create the front and the back of a panel. So as you can see, I've got those two numbers attached. It is time to use a scoring board to create that fold line, folded, burnish, and attach all the panels together. And as you know me, you know how much I love my one and only liquid glue, because I do have time to maneuver the elements. So it's not only good with very intricate die cuts, but also with elements like these. And if you've never ever created a shaped card, please give it a go. You will be surprised how easy they are to make. So when this is ready, I'm going to attach number 30 on the front of a card, and the card will be nearly completed. But at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you what else you can add to make these cards even more special. So card number 1 is, let's say, complete so far, and there is plenty of space to write your message inside. So let's put that away, and it's time for card number 2. For this one, I decided to use different color palette from Country Lane Design papers. And if you've never ever created a shaped card, there is always a way, so you can create your own template. All you have to do is to get a piece of copy paper or scrap paper, use a pencil, and then draw the number or letter you want to use. But first, have a think how big you want your project to be. And then when you're happy with the sketch, just use your scissors, and that will be your own template that you can use over and over again. All you have to do is then to decide which design paper or color you want for your project. So you have to trace over, then fussy cut, and when this is ready, you can put it on another piece of card and create a border, which will be slightly bigger. And this is the way to go with any shaped cards, because that's how I created all my Halloween cards. And I really like that technique because you can make super unique shaped cards. And actually, with those numbers, sometimes we have all those numbers like 30, 40, 50, but sometimes you actually need very personalized number. Not only for birthdays, but also anniversaries. So when this is ready, it is time to create the card front. for our 21, and again I'm going to fold and burnish that here. And as you can see, for the second cut I decided to go with those beautiful greens and pinks. So what do you think about the color palette here? Do you like it? Or would you change it for that number? To be honest, when I was creating those numbers, I was very cautious about the color combo for each number. So at the end, when you see all the numbers, please let me know if you like the color matching with the number. I'm really curious about your thoughts. So the second cut is nearly complete. Now it is time for cut number 3. So as you can see, these cuts come together super quickly. And as I told you, SVG files are super cool because you can make your project as small or as big as you want. So I really like that technique. So, as I told you, those cuts will go in 5 by 7 inches envelopes, and they will be flat, so you can post them super quickly and inexpensively. So that was the let's say, thought behind this project. So, as you can see, I'm using my alcohol markers from my stash. But to be honest, you can mix and match them. You don't have to use the same alcohol markers for every single project, because what's really good about them? They work beautifully together. And whenever you use any alcohol markers, I do encourage you to have a scrap piece of paper underneath. In this case, I've got some cut underneath, and that works really well because usually the alcohol from your pen bleeds through the card, then goes underneath and it's soaked again. But if you have that scrap piece of card, that really makes a difference because there will be no bleeding on your project. And it's always a good idea to actually check with the panels you're going to have at the front of your card. So for example, with that number 6, as you can see, I do have a hole. So you have to check from time to time if you actually covered that element on the left hand side. But you can always use a colored card if you have it in your stash. I usually don't. So this is the way to go. For me, it is time to start assembling the numbers together, super quick and simple. And at this point, when I look at those cards, like, oh, I need some gems, but that will be later on. So, what do you think about card number 3 and those greens and very warm yellows? Do you like them? Please let me know in the comments down below. I also wonder if you've ever created any shaped card. Please let me know what is your favorite shape. I really like shaped cards and I think they're just super unique. You can't really always get them in a card shop, so we are, as card makers, we can really make a difference. So, if you do have your favorite shaped card, please let me know which one is it. If you haven't seen my video from Monday where I created a teapot shaped card, please check it out. The link is at the top right corner, but also I'm going to leave it at the very end of this video so you can check it out. I'm going to leave 2 other videos where I created shaped cards, so please have a look at them. Now it is time for some pinks. I seriously couldn't resist. So here is my 36 number, and yes, it is time to create some beautiful borders. This time I use Tints alcohol markers from my stash, and I'm going to apply the color. Super quick and simple. So this card, I really think, like, when you're in your 30s, you are a little bit soft, but also a little bit, I don't know, you know your life, right? So I think this color would go very well for 36th birthday. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you do create a shaped card for birthday, what's your favorite color combo? Because I usually think about the recipient and what they really like. I look what they wear usually, and that is my guide how to create the card for them. Because what's their favorite color, right? It usually is shown in their clothing. Now it is time to put those elements together, and again, using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, really makes a difference. And to be honest, all those 6 cards I created here took me less than an hour. So super quick for any card maker, right? But if you do have any cutting dies to create shaped cards like numbers or letters, please let me know which brand is it. So now it is time to create the card base, and again, as you can see, I'm using my scoring board from Crafters Companion, and it's very helpful if you actually have that black line on your scoreboard, because then you can see exactly where to put your card blank. Now it is time to assemble the elements together. And as quick as this, it will be time for the next number. Can you guess what it is? I really tried hard to do the milestones here, but also some, let's say, unusual numbers. So now, again, I'm going to use Country Lane beautiful design paper from Crafters Companion, and this beautiful design paper with those greens and whites, I simply couldn't resist. If you do have your favorite design paper from Crafters Companion, please let me know. I think this one is super amazing, especially for those shaped cards, because the design paper is 6 by 6 inches and those cards will go actually in 5 by 7 inches. So actually, as you can see, some of the numbers can be, let's say, big enough to have 6 by 6 inches design paper, because this is just one number, because your, let's say, background, the one I created with green alcohol marker now, it's just one piece, so you can use white card. But with the numbers here, you can use any of the 6 by 6 inches beautiful design papers. Now it is time to create that fold line at the very top and attach the elements together. Super quick and simple, right? So if you've never ever created a number shaped birthday card, I really hope you'll give it a go. It will also be amazing for wedding anniversaries, because every single anniversary means something different and you can celebrate with different things. Like, for example, there is like gold anniversary, silver anniversary, but also paper or wood anniversary, so you can incorporate all those colors, especially on those number shaped cards. Now it is time for another beautiful card, and I couldn't resist. Just look at this design paper with those, let's say, vintage greens and violets. Super beautiful, right? So again, I'm going to use my alcohol marker from my stash, and as you can see, this one comes from the wax, super inexpensive, but to be honest, they work so well. So in the end, it doesn't really matter what brand you use, but they all work well together. So what do you think about this color combo for 45? Do you like it? Of course, it is time to use the liquid glue to assemble all those elements together. And at this point, I thought, what can I use to make those cards even more special? So I had a think, it's like, of course, I'm going to add some gems later on. I simply can't resist, if you know me. But there is one more thing I like even more than gems. So I had a look at my stash, and guess what? I found some of the cutting dies and designs I really like. Okay, to be honest, I love them. So I thought I can't resist and I'm going to use them. But first, I'm going to show you all the cards together side by side, and then you will tell me if that idea with adding those small embellishments was a good idea. So now the 45 shaped card is finished. It is time to place all those cards here so you can see them side by side. And of course, it will be time to add that something very, very special. So as you can see, for these cards, I went with some greens and purples, at least with the majority. So now it is time for timeless butterflies from Crafters Companion. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. So here you've got all those cutting dies, and I use my Sharpie marker and I put the number where all the cutting dies go. And here with every single one of the cutting dies you actually have the number. And I die cut all those butterflies, so I've got them loads, ready for any project. Like in this case, all those number shaped cuts. So it is time to start putting all those butterflies on the cards. And as you can see, I tried really hard to make sure the butterflies will match the design paper on the card, especially that beautiful, very pale purple. I love it. So, so beautiful. And when these are ready, Also, I'm going to add some gems. As I told you, I can't resist. So, if you've never ever created a number shaped card, please give it a go. And if you have created a number shaped card, please leave the link with your creation. I would absolutely love to see you. And also, I wanted to say a massive thank you to all my new subscribers on my channel. Recently, I had 500 subscribers giveaway, but I've got over 600 new subscribers now, so thank you so much to every single one of you. That really means a lot, because I know that I actually do some pretty good job here. So if you want more videos, please, if you're new here, subscribe to my channel. It is time to add some gems, because why not? You simply can't resist, right? Now all the cards are ready and I'm going to show you them side by side. So if you do have your favorite, please let me know in the comments down below. So far, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. So the link to SVG file from Creative Fabrica is in the description down below. Here you can see my other cards, shaped cards, so you can always give them a go. Have a wonderful day and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and see you with the video on Monday for personalized project. Bye for now!